explaining my upbringing and everything like that. My upbringing is a thing where I never really had it tough. I never really grew up in the hood or anything like that, or like urban. I didn't really grow up in the urban areas too tough. Well, I did grow up in the urban area, obviously, because originally I'm from London, South London. But I didn't. I was born there, but I didn't really grow up there. I mostly grew up in Scotland. Yeah, I mostly grew up in Scotland. Yeah. I know it's a bit mad. I, but yeah. Um, but yeah, it's one of these things where, when I was growing up, I was just seeing, how things. I just saw people as people. I didn't see anything got to do with color when I was up there, because people be like, "Oh yeah, ain't that mad racist?" Da, 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 da. Yes, they can be, but I'm not there for that. I'm there to live my life and experience what comes to me, and the challenges and the trials and tribulations that I go through as a young individual. Because when I got to my primary school, people like were so fascinated seeing, oh wow, a black person. I haven't really seen, They didn't say that, but it's like in their mind they like start touching my hair. They thought it was cool, and I was like, I don't know. I didn't really like know anything too tough. They just always like to touch my hair, and I just always used to, you know, be kind of like bubbly, like a sort of a class clown, troublemaker. You know how it goes, man. Been a menace since day one, but I'm not a menace. I'm a menace in a good way. But yeah, it's one of these things where in my mind I was just taking it as it comes. Then trying to fit in, I was trying to fit in a crowd because I didn't really have anyone to turn to. I was just always trying to fit in, play football outside, in the playground, be good at sports. I was the fastest. I was the fastest at sports there. No one was faster than me there because I was just fast in it. Because obviously the genetics, everything. You know what I'm saying. But yeah, I was just fast. I was just doing things. But yeah, as I kind of grew up older in my school, I was behaving. But it's like little did I know, it's like they was taking me to school, and I was like, what is this school? Taking me to a behavioral school now, and to me personally, it's like, how can I, like, what is going on with me? Like, what is going on? Because these people, I just came from nowhere and just taking me to a different school. And mentally in my mind, I was just like, nah, what's going on? And I didn't like it because it's like, I didn't like it because they just took me from an environment to another environment, but in the same place in the same city. But it's like I'm going to a different area to integrate with different people. I'm used to try and grow with people from one area, then I have to try and grow and integrate with other people from that other area. And in my mind, I was like, nah, this is crazy. Like, what's going on? And I just didn't understand things. I couldn't learn. I couldn't. My mind wasn't sitting right. My mind wasn't right. It was just one there, two there, three there, four there. Thing where mentally I just wasn't there, and people don't understand me. That's why I always got angry, and I didn't know how to, you know, get myself. I didn't know how to communicate and get myself across because I can always get angry and shout and just get angry. You know what I'm saying? So they would just diagnose me and say, "Oh yeah, you've got autism." I don't see that as a disadvantage to me personally. I just see it as an advantage because how I can think or critically think from how other people think is completely different, and I feel like I'm very particular and specific with what I'm trying to do and what I'm trying to get across. Because people can just say anything or do anything without having a reason or thought, especially in this day and age, in this day and generation where, people don't know the reason why they're doing what they're doing. But it's like, if I'm doing what I'm doing and I have a reason for doing it, I've got a critical thought of why I'm doing it. You feel what I'm saying? So it's one of these things where I can now do things in a certain way differently from how other people are doing it. That's what I see autism as. You know what I'm saying? That's how I can explain it. Not how I see autism as, but that's how I can explain my perspective on how I'm autistic and how I can see things till this day. So mentally, fast forward now to this is such a long story. How I feel certain things, I feel down to a certain thing. I feel down sometimes. I feel like, especially like growing up, that relationship with my parents was good, but it's like they didn't understand me. They didn't really understand me too tough. They couldn't really help me. I never really. Well, they did help me in certain. They not getting it wrong. They did help me in certain aspects, but they didn't really understand me too. But in my mind, I've come to a realization where, as I got older as an individual, I have to take action on my wants. I have to do things on my wants. Me, realistically, I'm just like, nah, I have to do this. I'm not staying in bed all day. I have to do this. I have to get this done. Because if I'm training myself mentally to get to a stage in life where I'm trying to be, me being in bed all day is not going to get me to where I want to be. So I have to get myself, get things done, get my podcast done, get my one-on-one videos done, go gym, get in shape, and do other things, to make myself mentally right, not just focusing on one thing and just doing another thing. So I have to be healthy with myself to keep my mental health in check. Not a lot of people can see it that way, but it's like you have to have a certain way to keep it stable and keep in check, and make sure you always love yourself as much as you can than someone else can love. Because the way how women get loved and children get loved is different, you feel what I'm saying? So it's a thing where we always have to make ourselves safe and in check, that we can't lose ourselves. We have to be that light upon the darkness within certain guys around our community, and certain guys themselves all going through survivor's guilt, trauma, stress, anything that's going on with their mentality and their mental health. You feel what I'm saying? I've never gone through these things personally, but I must know that it must be deep why people do what they do and what they're trying to do it for. You know what I'm saying? So I'm just grateful that I came from an environment that I was able to grow and adapt with different people. I was never really in trouble too tough. Never had no police, never had anything to do with that. So I'm really grateful for that. So it's one of these things where what I would advise someone that's going through something is, at the end of the day, if you, there's a journey that you're trying to undertake, it's never an easy journey, because it's like God is gonna test you to see if you're really built for what you're going to be or what you're about to do, by giving you anything on the sun to try and throw you off shade, make you break down, make you do anything, try you. And when you're tough, he'll open those doors for you, and it'll make you better as an individual. And you'll just keep on going and keep on going and keep on going. So don't give up, guys. Better days are coming out here. You feel what I'm saying? Better days are coming. So don't give up on yourself. Know yourself and know you're good for you. Peace. I hope you guys like and subscribe.